The very beautiful, fun, sweet Pam Green. And I'm Pam Cliff. This is Pam Green. So get your Pams correct. We also have a couple other Pams, very successful, fun Pams. All right. And so let's give it up for Pam Green. Tell us about you and your business, Pam.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Some of you have heard my story before. Can you hear me okay? Am I
Yes.
loud enough?
Yes.
Okay. I have been in Tupperware a long, long, long time. Um, I didn't come in Tupperware in the beginning because I didn't intend to ever come into Tupperware. I will tell you that. My mom's friend had a Tupperware party, which I did not go to, and she needed a dating. And my mom asked me, she said, please have a party for Linda. And I said, Mom, I said, Chris is in first grade. He's 6. Uh, Stacy's turning 18 months old. I'm working a full-time job. I said, I don't have time. She said, just invite some people and have a party. And I said, okay, I will do this. Just have the lady get a hold of me. And so I waited and I told her the night I had to have the party, and nobody ever came and contacted me. So always contact your people. Okay. This lady was a manager that was supposed to come, and she never came. And so I called somebody else up that I knew, and she said, sure, I will be there. What time? And I told her. And so she came, and I had my Tupperware party. What's kind of funny is I was standing around talking to 3 of my people that I worked with. And I said, you know what? I said, I think Tupperware needs people to sell. I said, I dated this party with this girl, and she never even came to see me. She never brought me books. She didn't do anything. I said, let alone show up. And I said, I think that they need me to sell Tupperware. And they said, oh, that sounds like a great idea, Pam. Why don't we do it together? And I said, well, okay, okay, that would be fun. So when Dee came, Dolores Buck, she had been in Tupperware for a long time. She started in Columbus, and I had previous parties with her before my husband went into the service. And she came in the door, and I said, guess what, Dee? And she says, what, Pam? And I said, I've decided that I'm going to sell Tupperware. And she said, oh, that's wonderful. And I said, guess what? My free friends are going to come in with me, and we're just going to all do it together. Now, I did not know I was recruiting people. Okay. I had no idea that I had just recruited these people and I was starting a team. Back then, I believe we had to have, I don't even remember, it's been almost 44 years ago. We had to have probably, I think
We had to
2
have
of them
5.
stayed with the mother manager and 3 of them went with the recruiting person. And so I said, okay, great. So, here I am working this job and everything that I didn't really want to work. And so anyway, I decided to sell Tupperware. I went to the new dealer training class. And well, before that, let's back up a little bit. She said, I will send my manager to see you. And I said, great. She said, she'll be there tomorrow. She's just getting back in town. Her dad had been sick and he's in Florida. And so she's back up here now. So I'll send her in to talk to you. I said, okay, that's great. And her name happened to be Pam as well. there's
Love
so there's
it.
a lot of good Pams. So she came in and she talked to me, and she drove up and in this little blue car. And I said, well, that's a cute little car. And she said, yeah, that's my Tupperware car. Now, back in the day, they did not put Tupperware all over the cars like they do now. Okay. And I said, well, that is really cute. I really like that car. And so she said, well, she said, go to New Tillage class and they'll tell you how you can get that car. So I did. I went to the class, and I asked first thing. I was with a group in Springfield, Sharon and Roger Flannery, and she said, why did you decide to come into Tupperware? And I said, well, I said, because I thought they needed people. And so anyway, she said, okay. And I said, how do you get that little blue car? And she said, well, we have little blue cars. We have little white cars too. And she said, you have to do this, this, and this. And I said, okay. She said, I see you already have 3 recruits. And I said, yeah, I do. She said, well, you need 2 more. And then you need so much in sales, and it's not what we needed today, but back then it was equivalent to that. Okay. And so anyway, so I said, okay. So I did the class and everything. And then I went and did my first party. And at my first party, there was two people showed up, the hostess and one guest. And I said, well, this is okay. I can do this. So I sat down and we talked and we did games and so forth. And I was all excited because I thought they needed me and I was going to do this. And lo and behold, the girl sitting there said, I think I want to join with you. And I said, that's great. Well, when after I recruited her, I found out that she was Sharon's sister, the distributor. I recruited her sister. She didn't even think twice. She thought that I was wonderful, and she decided to come in underneath me. But anyway, I started. My team grew very rapid. I did not know what I was doing, but I tried to learn as much as I could. And that's what you all want to do is you come into the business. Maybe you've been in business for years, but we're always learning how to do new things. And so I was in back in the day where we would go do the party. We would collect the orders. We'd take them to the warehouse. The warehouse would pack them out. We'd pick them up. We'd take them back. We'd deliver the Tupperware and collect the money. That was how we delivered, and we hoped everybody had their money. And so I moved up the ladder very, very quick. When I left Showboat, when they retired, I was a VIP manager. I had a special car with the VIP emblem on it, right on the like a little thing. Right, I have it someplace upstairs. Was on the front of my car. It's screwed on the thing. I can remember the car was burgundy. I have been to I hope everybody is going to either do virtual or go to Jubilee. I've been to 38 Jubilees over the almost 44 years I've been in Tupperware. I never missed one. Don't say anything, Pam. Except for 6 years, about 5 or 6 years. And that was when Sharon and Roger stepped down, and I kind of went through a little withdrawal, and I just stepped back. I stayed active, but I dropped all the way down. And sometimes that happens. I think I just needed a little break. But before I did that, I chose to go to Cheryl and Dave Consoliver. And I remember going in there and walking in the first time what happened, I didn't go to any meetings. I will tell you that. They were in Cincinnati, and I just did my parties enough to get by for those few years until I had an ex-recruit come up. And she said, hey, Pam. She says, guess what? And I said, what, Barb? She goes, I want to come back in Tupperware. I said, oh, wonderful. I said, and it was in August. It was right after Jubilee. And I said, but I don't have any books or anything. I said, I have to wait for them to get back. And she said, well, I want to have it next week. And I said, okay. I said, all right, I will call Cheryl and see if she can bring me some books. So I called her, and her and Dave came down, brought me books. They knew I didn't have anything to show because I hadn't been holding, what do I want to say, real parties. And so we did that. So they came down, and I thought, she's going to tell me. I said, Cheryl, you know what I've been doing. And she said, I know. She said, I've just been waiting for you. She said, and I thought she's going to say, I'll go do this party with you. But she didn't say that. She gave me the stuff and said, go do the party. I said, okay, I'll go do the party. So I went and did the party, got her datings, got her in Tupperware, and I went back to Cheryl, and I said, okay, she's in. I did it. And she said, that's super, Pam. Guess what? I said, what? She goes, I need one new manager so I can go to Hemingway, and I have a 1 week to earn it. I said, that's nice. She goes, but you're the closest one. You already held a party. You already have a recruit. You only need 2 more recruits and sales. 1 week. Actually, it was a little less than 1 week. And I said, oh, I can't do that. I'm working in Indiana half the time. I had another job where I worked in an office, and we delivered phone books, and I did the payroll. I said, I can't do that. I'm getting ready to go to Indiana. She goes, yeah, you can. Well, guess what? I did it. And so I had gone into Indiana then, and I had to drive back to Raleigh, the very first rally I ever went into. And so I drove back, and here I am, a manager, and I didn't know anybody in that ship because nobody. The only person was one other person that got to pick where they wanted to go besides myself, and I had not made any contact with these people. And I walked in, and there's Bonnie, and there's Brandy, and there's all these big managers, and they weren't. I don't know if we had directors. They probably were directors at that time. I think we had gone into directors. And I said, "Oh my gosh, what have I got myself into?" So anyway, so I, once your distributor or your business leader gets her hooks into you, I mean, it's amazing what you can do. And so the next thing I knew, I was working to be a director. And so I became a director, and I was a director for many, many years. I I actually was a director until last year, and then I kind of was going through another withdrawal when Cheryl and Dave left, and so I just kind of fiddled. But I'm back at a director again. Pam said, "You have to be director." And so I decided I would be a director. I would tell you what, through these years, with my Tupperware money, it has been, my husband works at a factory. And at the time I came into Tupperware, he had just gotten laid off. We had come back out of the service, and he worked for 2 months, and he got laid off for a year and a half. So he was out doing different jobs and so forth. And so this Tupperware income came in really, really big for us. I was able to quit the job at Penny's because I was making more money selling Tupperware than I was making trying shoes on people. And it's been really, really good for us. I was able to put, I have kids that were in dancing. I had kids that did competitive ice skating. My son did plays. He was in plays. He was in Buckeye Boys Choir. He went to Europe at 14 years old and sang for the Queen. And he couldn't have gone if I wasn't selling Tupperware. I mean, I've made a lot of money over the years. I've been up, I've been down. You get down, you just get back up, fresh yourself off, and go back up again. And so, if for the new ones that are out there, you know what, you got a whole big wide family out there to help you go, to do whatever you want to do. You can go as far as you want to go, or you can just do as little as you want to do. And I've been up, I've been down, I've been everywhere. I've earned a lot of trips. I can remember earning furniture, living room suits, all kinds of different things. Tupperware used to give out big, big things. Now they do trips. I've been to Hawaii twice. I earned it the third time, but then we had COVID, so I didn't get to go. I took the voucher, and I actually just took the money. And so, I mean, Tupperware has just been wonderful for my family. My three kids all went to college on Tupperware money. So it's been really, really good for us. Now I don't know what else to say. And I'll
Oh,
probably do
it's
it
been
till I can't
great.
do
Thank
it
you so
anymore.
much, Pam.
So,
We really appreciate you sharing, and it is so interesting to hear everybody else's story and how you made it happen. And it's true. This can be a huge opportunity for you and your family. It's so sad because if you read statistics, a lot of families are losing their home over
mhm.
$100 a month. If they had an extra $100 a month, they could actually make ends meet. And it's so
Really.
achievable in Tupperware to bringing in, $100 a week to $1,000, $1,000 a week. I remember when I started making $1,000 a week, how very proud I was of myself. Then more, and more. And so thank you, Pam, for sharing with us. Pam, what's your favorite trip you've been on with Tupperware?
Oh, I really liked Hawaii.
Hawaii, yes.
I really
Yes.
liked it. I wish
Jim
I
and
could
I
have
have
gone
been,
back the third time. So
yeah. Jim and I have been to Hawaii several times, Italy 8
yeah,
times. But altogether 32 countries, from Tupperware award trips. Is that not
and that's
amazing?
not
I
nice. Yeah,
mean,
that's nice.
even to
So
say it,
there's a few of us that are going on a cruise next year, and Tupperware money will pay for that. So we're
Yay.
going on, I think it's 11 days.
Yay.
So
Fun.